Labour's Angela Rayner received a fiery backlash online after appearing on ITV's Peston to hit out at Boris Johnson's government for not being clear to employers during the coronavirus pandemic. Angela Rayner said the government needs to be very clear with employers about the latest coronavirus measures as Prime Minister Boris Johnson puts the UK on a lockdown. He had previously urged Britons to self-isolate if they had symptoms of COVID-19 but went on to enforce stricter measures including fines for people who leave the house for non-essential reasons. The Shadow Education Secretary was labelled disappointing by Twitter users for hitting out at Mr. Johnson during this time. At this difficult time for frontline doctors and nurses, sign up here to show your support now to our brave NHS heroes. Speaking to ITV's Peston, Ms. Rayner said, employers are quite frankly flouting the rules and deciding, this government needs to be very clear in what the guidelines are, give support financially to businesses and employees so they can do the right thing. And make sure most importantly that our NHS and care staff have the PPE to look after themselves and look after other people. But the Labour MP for Ashton-under-Lyne received a vicious backlash on Twitter for hitting out at the government during the coronavirus pandemic. One wrote, Angela Rayner on Peston tonight so disappointing, Boris bashing and listing things she's heard the experts talk about. Labour again out of touch, just moaning about everything rather than offering solutions. Another added, watching Peston tonight and Angela Rayner Labour MP trying to score political points off people dying. A third person wrote, I'm going to add Angela Rayner to my wake up in the morning and thank the it come as more than 500,000 people in just over 24 hours have signed up to help the NHS as volunteers during the coronavirus crisis. The NHS and the Prime Minister have thanked those who have offered to help some of the most vulnerable people in the community. Speaking at Wednesday's daily press conference at Number 10, Boris Johnson said he wanted to offer a special thank you to everyone who has now volunteered to help the NHS. He said, when we launched the appeal last night, we hope to get 250,000 volunteers over a few days. On Thursday, Health Secretary Matt Hancock tweeted, News, fantastic that 560,000 people have now responded to our call to volunteer to support our NHS to defeat #Corona. The mass sign-up follows Health Secretary Matt Hancock's request for 250,000 people to donate their time to help the 1.5 million people isolating for 12 weeks in an attempt to slow the spread of COVID-19. Mr. Johnson said the volunteers would be absolutely crucial in the fight against the illness. Professor Stephen Powis, NHS National Medical Director, said, We are truly amazed by the number of people who want to come and help us in the war against coronavirus. I would like to thank every last one of you who are offering your time, you will without a doubt help us to save lives. Our NHS needs you, whether it's by volunteering or simply staying at home, you are helping your families, communities and protect